class, this is Bob Durst, your instructor for Introduction to Biology, and I am here giving you kind of a crash course on D2L just to help you get familiar with D2L. This semester there have been some updates to D2L that I'm going to highlight for you, as well as some simple procedural things that I want to make sure you're aware of. First of all, if you log into the class Intro to Biology, you should see announcements right here. And these class announcements will tell you things like the due dates for the modules. But you're probably wondering, well, what do I have to do? I know when it's due, but what do I actually have to do? If you actually want to find out your assignments, you can click on Materials and then go to Content. And then from there, we can access Module 1. And this is everything that you need to do for Module 1. We have the Module 1 objectives listed here for you. You can click on those to view those Module 1 objectives. And they've loaded up right there. If you want to look at the content for Module 1, some of you like to read PowerPoints to help learn the material, so I have PowerPoints available for you. Some of you like to watch lecture recordings. So those of you who prefer to listen to somebody talk about the material, you can watch the lecture recordings. And some of you prefer to read the textbook. For those of you who like to just read the textbook, go ahead and just read the textbook. After you're done with a chapter, there is a chapter quiz that you can take, and that will be under Assessments. To access the chapter quiz, you can go click on Assessments, go to Quizzes, and then you can view the chapter quizzes. And notice that these chapter quizzes have unlimited attempts. You can take these chapter quizzes as many times as you want. The chapter 1, 2, and 3 quizzes go into the chapter quiz category. We also have a dependent independent variable lab quiz. This lab quiz is the post-lab questions for your lab assignment. We have a quiz based on the syllabus, and then we have an Intro to Biology pretest. This pretest is ungraded, and it's just used to determine whether or not you've learned material over the semester. So we're taking a baseline, or collecting a baseline pulse at the beginning of the semester, and then you'll take the exact same test word for word at the end of the semester, just to compare and contrast to see what you have and have not learned over the course of the semester. Generally speaking, since this is an ungraded assignment to help motivate you to take it, I will give you 1% extra credit on your final exam if you take both the pre and post test and do better on the post test. Let's go back to materials. I'd mentioned that there was a lab quiz right here. How do we get to the lab? If you go back to content, let me scroll down, you can see lab, independent, dependent variables labs. We can click on that link and it pulls up a lab for you to work through. And you can read through some pre-lab information and then start to set up your experiment. One of your lab assignments is to fill out the lab data sheet. So here's our data sheet for the lab. And you can download this as a Microsoft Word document and fill it out. And then you can submit it via the Assignments folder. If you go to Assessments and then click on Assignments, you can upload your Module 1 DAB latest, your lab data sheet for your very first lab. Something that's worth mentioning is that these assignment submission folders used to be called Dropbox submission folders. So a big change between spring of 2016 and fall of 2016 is this word used to be Dropbox in the spring, and now instead of saying Dropbox, we call these assignment submission folders. Some of your class assignments involve posting and discussion boards. If you click on Communications and go to Discussions, you can first see that we have some forum set up for general questions about the course. So maybe you have a Module 1 question, maybe you have a technology question about D2L. We also have, for Module 1, your homework assignment or your assignment for the discussion board is just tell me about yourself. Tell the class about yourself. What do you want people to know about you? This is a great way to get really involved in the class and have a little bit more camaraderie. Let's see here, going back to the beginning. If you have any other questions about this course, you should check out, we'll go back to content here, and then course documents. We have the syllabus that you can view. We also have the course schedule. Something I want to emphasize with the course schedule is that we have 4 exams. That's something that's new this semester. I listened to your feedback last fall, or the students that I had last fall, and one of the biggest pieces of feedback I got was have 4 exams instead of 2 exams. So we rejuggled the course, rejuggled the material, and we now have 4 exams for you this semester. Also, in terms of taking these exams, those lecture exams, the 4 lecture exams that you have, are proctored lecture exams, and you need to come into campus to take them. They are available, or you can take them in Winona in room 331 on the Winona campus, or you can take them on the Red Wing campus in room 104, and I give you the dates and times that you can take them. If you choose to take them on the Winona campus, you can just go ahead and show up, take it, it's drop in. At the Red Wing campus, you need to sign up in advance with Chuck Butler to reserve a slot for taking the test. So, if you have any other questions about the course, if you post them to the discussion board, maybe in Module 1 questions or D2L questions under that forum, you will be able to get an answer from a classmate, and potentially you can get that answer quicker than if you post it to email me directly. But if you have something that's sensitive or confidential and you'd rather just email me, by all means, shoot me an email and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Generally speaking, I get back to my emails within 16 business hours. And if you shoot me an email and don't hear back within 16 business hours, email me again because something happens. Because I would normally be able to get back in that time period. So, without further ado, that is an introduction to Intro to Bio. I hope we have a great semester. Ta-ta!